Hello and welcome to this Monday, August 5th, 2019 episode of Sidekick Mastermind. Today's episode is for the purpose of talking about work. And for me personally, I'm working to build villages, spaces, studios, because this is how we are going to get to the prototype communities of the future. These are communities for today and tomorrow. That's what Epcot was originally for. It was an experimental prototype community of tomorrow. And Walt Disney never got to see that vision become a reality. And with my own vision, it's not about a singular vision. It's about all of our visions, because people want different types of communities. And that's why I'm designing this infrastructure almost as it is a framework for villages, for communities. And it's so people can live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward. And it's really hard to talk about and convey what it really is. You've got to experience it. And that's why creating this first prototype village is so important. And that's why I have decided that not decided, it's a decision and a point in my life. I'm finally ready. I've got my own Happy Hero Studio prototype. I don't have the 3D printer. I don't have the laser printer. I don't have the CNC machine. These are things that will be added later. I don't have the high-end Mac Pro. But I have the base. I know what I could do with that equipment. I know that I could manufacture prototypes. I could manufacture almost any type of thing with this equipment. Now, HappyHeroStudio.com explains what comes in a Happy Hero Studio. It's very vague at the moment, and the reason for that is because the final design isn't quite finished. I need to get to the next step. I'm only able to do certain amounts of things myself. I've got to bring in other engineers, other people to finalize these things that I've been designing. But the point is, in this was basically a shell that had no insulation. It was basically a tent, almost. And my wife and I took it, and with my research and with my understanding, was able to make it basically survive negative 50-degree wind chills in Michigan. Now, that was very minimal. We didn't quite have the funds to get it quite ready, and I just had to do what I could. We survived. We were warmer than other people that had furnaces and houses. We were able to live on a relatively low electricity bill, but not low enough. We need to get it lower, higher insulation values, and I know how to do that. I just couldn't do that. I had to use what resources I had. That's what this is about. That's what working to solve problems and serve others with passion is about. Because at that time, I also worked with a client with this week in the Law of Success Mastermind that I also do each day. This week is going the extra mile. And I've been going the extra mile for my clients for less than what I would normally charge, less than what I know I can charge if I just go out and sell myself and find the people that have that kind of money. Because that's the thing. It's about aligning with the people that have the resources you need. And one of the resources I needed was to prove these things. I needed the winter to prove that this would actually work. I needed certain things to happen. I needed to understand certain things. I needed to add in the law of success. I spent some time with another mastermind to get this understood, and with that, I developed my own system to actually learn the law of success, to actually learn what Think and Grow Rich teaches, to actually understand Napoleon Hill's keys to success. So I've created my day to both develop and refine my craft, to build this company and organization, to attract the talent, to attract the investors, to attract the customers. My work by solving problems and serving others with passion is done through these videos with Sidekick Mastermind, with the Gary V Club podcast, which is, I probably am going to change it to the Gary V Club podcast instead of the Grab ATTN podcast. It's really a combination of both. I like that Grab ATTN in written form because it's short and quick, but saying it isn't quite the same. So we'll see. Gary V Club podcast, Grab ATTN podcast. There's a block in between. So I have the Sidekick Mastermind. I have a little bit of room in my day, and then I start my actual work day. When my wife leaves for work, I go to work. She works 6 days a week, same here. But ultimately, it's kind of 7 days a week because I don't really take a day off. But that day she works, she's going to start working with me starting this Wednesday to really take this thing to the next level along, with the master plan and vision, because the deposits are going to start flowing through. Almost by the end of the week, there's going to be cash flow coming in because of how I've designed this. People are going to start putting deposits down on these Happy Hero Studios. These Happy Hero Studios are spaces for, it's not going to look like this. This is a prototype with what I had, the resources that I had. I know it works. And the point is, with these studios, you are going to be able to film, edit, and distribute your vision. You're going to be able to get the education you need, the resources you need, because with the Happy Hero Studio, you're also kind of becoming a part of the Happy Hero ecosystem. The goal is to feed, house, and empower 1 billion people within the next 30 years by 2049. The way that we're doing that is by creating spaces. The Happy Hero Studios are like the Tesla Roadster version of our houses. So the Happy Hero Studio is a way to get an amazing studio into the hands of creative people that they can live, work, play, love, and pay it forward inside of. And if this is in a Happy Hero village, then you're also going to have all the other stuff you would normally need in a village, but it's right there. Not in a village, what you would need in a city, because it's really a city within a village. And you have the privacy of a village with the amenities of a city. That's really what it is. We're going to replicate these all around the world. And this is a very grand vision, but 1,000 spaces creates a village. 1,000 villages creates a city. 1,000 cities feeds, houses, and empowers 1 billion people. How are they going to be fed? Well, these villages are also going to have farming. The goal is to only use 1/10 of the property we acquire. The other 90% of the land will be used for wildlife, for farming, for things like that. The 90% will be green, not necessarily unused, but 90% will be green, and 10% will be actual structures and that kind of thing. So it's all starting with the prototype village. I need the funding to start the prototype village. I need the funding to get everything launched, to get all the structure ready for the fundraising that I need. By the end of 2019, the goal is 100 million in funding and then 900 million for real estate syndications. And that's why I am so committed to these videos, these podcasts. That's why I am so committed to making this happen. as my whole entire life. You know, I wake up and I immediately step into my work, but my work is also my play. And then I, soon will hopefully have my wife being able to leave her job and come help me full time, because I have a feeling this is about to just attract the right people in a very fast way. I haven't started marketing until today. Today is the first day of actually marketing. I was doing some prep yesterday because this is the week of starting the marketing habit. So I'm adding in the marketing habit, and people will be able to go back through and see, oh, he started with just freeconferencecall.com. And then he added Anchor and Zoom, and each week he adds one thing, and YouTube and Facebook. So now I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm streaming on Facebook, I've got Anchor recording, and I've also got freeconferencecall.com as in the redundancy, because sometimes I lose things. I've lost multiple connections at a time, and so having the redundancies is really amazing. And I've added these in phases, and I've basically been creating a course for people to follow. I don't have all the time to put it together exactly right, but I'm going to just keep refining it, and then I'll take the right videos out, the right audios out, the right blogs out, and put it into the way that it needs to be put. But I'll always have all the past episodes available as well. But I'll put together like a curriculum to help people advance on a faster path. But in these future videos, audios, they're going to be explaining exactly how to do things. Really dive into the dirt, the nitty gritty of how to do things, both the clouds, as Gary Vee says, and the dirt. And it's the Sidekick Mastermind is kind of my live, work, play, love, learn, pay it forward podcast. Well, then the Gary Vee podcast, that's like the marketing podcast. It's like the social media podcast, helping people understand this new world we're living in and how to crush it, work within your passion. The next is the Happy Hero Show. And the Happy Hero Show breaks down the 8 habits that you should be doing daily. Then we've got the Apple Sidekick Show that breaks down Apple technology, Tesla Sidekick, Tesla technology, 60-second brand, and that's about branding. And it's about the brand commitments, being inspired, innovating, creating a raving fan experience, being resourceful, having a simple business model, celebrating the milestones. So that covers the 21 habits of the Happy Hero Pack. But then there's some additional things that are kind of missing from that. That's where the Law of Success Mastermind comes in. And that goes over definiteness of purpose, the mastermind principle. Oops. Actually, read it how I like it read. Develop definiteness of purpose. Okay, yeah, here we go. Develop definiteness of purpose. That's 1. 2, establish a mastermind alliance. 3, assemble an attractive personality. 4, use applied faith. 5, go the extra mile. 6, create personal initiative. 7, build a positive mental attitude. 8, control your enthusiasm. 9, enforce self-discipline. 10, think accurately. 11, control your attention. 12, inspire teamwork. 13, learn from adversity and defeat. 14, cultivate creative vision. 15, maintain sound health. 16, budget your time and money. 17, use cosmic habit force. So that's why I have the Law of Success Mastermind. So these 7 podcasts that I'm doing as my core podcast, I'm going to be adding in an 8th very, very soon, and that's to cover services. And the purpose of this is, like I said, to attract the right employees, the right partners, the right customers, the right investors, All the people needed to make this come together. All the people to grow the food, all the people to build the houses, all the people to program the software, to build the battery storage, and all the grid infrastructure, the roads, being able to trade with other communities efficiently, being able to take all that stuff, put it in this little village package, being able to create a village on a 100-acre plot of land, being able to house 1,000 people comfortably. This is what's ahead. This is what's to come. Some very extraordinary things are to come for it's from 0 to 1 for 1 billion people. Because here's the truth. This book starts off with the challenge of the future. There's the preface. Okay. What part am I looking for? Oh, here we go. Yep, it is. The challenge of the future. And it starts off with, whenever I interview someone for a job, I like to ask this question. What important truth do very few people agree on with you? Very few people. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? This question sounds easy because it's straightforward. Actually, it's very hard to answer. It's intellectually difficult because the knowledge that everyone is taught in school is by definition agreed upon. And it's psychologically difficult because anyone trying to answer must say something she knows to be unpopular. Brilliant thinking is rare, but courage is in even shorter supply than genius. Most commonly, I hear answers like the following. Our educational system is broken and urgently needs to be fixed. America is exceptional. There is no God. Those are bad answers. The first and second statements might be true, but many people already agree with them. The third statement simply takes one side in a familiar debate. A good answer takes the following form. Most people believe in X, but the truth is the opposite of X. I'll give my own answer later in this chapter. So, how we're going from 0 to 1 is the simple fact that villages can build villages. We have lived in an age where it took so many resources to create things that it was very difficult to spread that abundance. Now we're able to take no abundance and create abundance and go from 0 to 1. That's what I'm doing here. I'm taking nothing except for my thoughts and my ideas that I've been refining and developing and taking from very intelligent people over the years to come up with these ideas. Now, it's starting a company with the mission to feed, house, and empower 1 billion people to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward for happiness, health, and selfless abundance. That's what we are doing here. That's what we can do together. And it's not about just my company, because the company that I'm creating will have many, many employees, probably millions of employees globally. There is going to be diversified company through investors, through employees. And aside from that, we're going to have more diversified wealth through real estate syndications, through the people that are actually living in the communities, through leveraging the technology of blockchain to be able to allow people to own fractional pieces of real estate and diversify your investment risk. That's really key here. It's about creating an atmosphere for people to really, the community is programmed for people's needs to be met. And people can't understand that if they don't understand technology and where it's going. But look at where your phone was in 2007 when the first iPhone was announced. And look at in 2017 and 2019. Now think ahead, what's 2029 going to be like? I mean, what's 2039, 49 going to look like? 30 years from now, what kind of world can we create together? My vision is to feed, house, and empower 1/10 of humanity, because there will be roughly 9.7 billion people by 2049. And right now, there are over 2.5 billion people without proper toilets and sanitation. Right now, there are, in the next 30 years, there are going to be an additional 2 billion people added. So if we build 1 billion places for people to live and build the communities for those people to live in, and they're not cultish or anything like that, they're actually attached to existing areas and decentralized cities. This decentralized cities are basically networks of villages that are nearby each other, that are able to communicate and say, oh, we have an abundance of this resource, we have, we need this resource, and the communities within the city can then communicate with each other, and the cities can then communicate with each other, the space can communicate with each other. So one space says, look, I really need this, and the community can pull together and give the people what they need. This is about living, working, playing, loving, learning, and paying it forward. It's about your 6 human needs being met. If you want to be part of this, if you want to put down a deposit that is going to help fund this to get to the next level, I'm hoping to begin shipping by the end of 2019 and 2020, shipping actual Happy Hero Studios. If you want to put a deposit down on a Happy Hero Studio, go to brandsidekick.com. You're going to see the button to purchase a deposit, and it might say not secure up top. It's not that it's not secure, it's that it is redirected to a Square Up page. When you go to checkout, it's going to redirect to a Square page. The brandsidekick.com is just to show you that you are where you are intended to be, and then once you click to go to checkout, it will change to a green lock symbol with squareup.com, and you will be able to put that $1,000 deposit down. The Happy Hero Studios are $100,000. They're going to include an amazing 3D printer, an amazing laser printer, a 3D carver, which is a CNC machine. You're going to have a space with a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, very similar to an 8x26 pull-behind travel trailer, except designed and built with these technologies, with HomeKit technologies inset. The windows can tell if they've been opened. The lights, the blinds, all HomeKit automated. Now, all the HVAC, HomeKit, everything in this house, in this space is HomeKit. It's not a traditional travel trailer like that. And they're probably not necessarily going to be on wheels. They can be on wheels or not. But with that, you get everything you need for off-grid. Solar energy, Tesla Powerwall. Happy Hero Studio explains everything that comes in with the studio. And then you get a Sidekick unit, which is another basically 8x26 unit. The purpose of this is eventually they'll be able to be pulled behind a semi-truck, 2 together, and then at the location unloaded into their spot. The 2 of the units, the Happy Hero space and the Sidekick unit that make up the Happy Hero Studio, the internal square footage isn't 8x26. It's actually going to be 7x25. Each unit, the Happy Hero space, the Happy Hero Studio, and the Sidekick unit. So that's what I'm offering. HappyHeroStudio.com. You can buy it at brandsidekick.com. You can put the deposit down, and we should be shipping by 2020. These deposits are going into funding, launching this company the way it needs to launch. These are explaining what I'm doing. I believe I'm being quite transparent. I believe that if you go back, you can see how committed I am. I'm adding more and more each day, and I'm becoming more and more committed. My wife is 100% on board with me. I mean, this is it. Unless something happened where I am physically incapacitated, I cannot talk, I'm paralyzed, something like that, I'm going to keep going. And even as long as I can keep going, I mean, if I'm like Stephen Hawking, I mean, as long as I can keep going, the next 30 years of my life are dedicated to feeding, housing, and empowering 1 billion people to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward with happiness, health, and selfless abundance. This is about what they believe those things to be, not what I believe those things to be. What is living happy, healthy, and abundant to you? What's working by solving problems and serving others with passion to you? What is your passion? What's playing hard? What's loving harder? What's learning and growing by following your curiosity? And then, how can you pay it forward with gratitude? That's what this is about. The Happy Hero Studios are going to be studios for you to be able to manifest your dreams. I've been living in 8x26. You can live in 8x26. You don't need the Sidekick unit, but this Happy Hero Studio enables you to have all the tools. You can see all the tools at happyherostudio.com and see what you can really build. You can literally build additional units. I will give you the framework of how to build additional units as well. That's the point, is that the intention is to create the machine that builds the machine. And as they are built and as they are manufactured, these can literally be built in a pop-up tent by anyone with the tools that come in a Happy Hero Studio. So a Happy Hero Studio can build additional Happy Hero spaces. That's incredible. When you fully understand that, when you fully understand that these villages are going to manufacture additional villages, if the space can manufacture more, what can the village manufacture? When we have our own gigafactory, when we are partnered with Tesla in manufacturing Tesla components for our villages, when we're partnering with Apple to manufacture Apple components for our villages, when we're manufacturing space and manufacturing all the things needed for a village, from water treatment to water delivery. This is what it's about. This is truly what it's about. It's about taking the best and spreading it around. I hope I have done something to resonate with you. Go to brandsidekick.com and put down a deposit on your own Happy Hero Studio. Now, if nothing else, then trade it to someone else, sell it to someone else. If you decide you don't want it, give it up to someone else. The point is that now, if this resonates with you, buy. Because these spaces, there's no one that wouldn't find these spaces extraordinary. It doesn't matter where you live, you're going to like living in one of these spaces better. They're designed to be handicap accessible. You may need to have a ramp up to the door, but the doors are designed to be wide enough. Everything is designed to be capable for people to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward. And then these are put into villages, and the villages have a lot of green space. And it's not just our villages. You'll be able to put these studios anywhere you want. That's what the initial studio is about. It's about this high-powered space that can take you to the next level. Just like the Roadster was this high-powered little sports car that could take your level of enjoyment to a new level. This is going to be the happiest, most enjoyable house you can purchase. The most enjoyable, happy space you can purchase. Bob Proctor just talked about his own studio, and that's what this is about. It's about this happy space that you can live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward in. Thank you for another episode of the Sidekick Mastermind. Go to brandsidekick.com, put down your deposit on a Happy Hero Studio.